You are now live. Let's set here the title. So, recipe is black. Hello, Bex. How are you? Hello, golden boy. And okay, hello, Gabby. Hello, Melina Müller. Let's just pin here. Good. Hello, Bruno. Olá. Hello, Scott Wilson. How are you all doing? Oh, I just get a notice here that Javier Bettel is also speaking right now. So, be competent. How are you all doing on this cloudy day? I've been waiting for the rain the whole day, but I didn't see it. Good. Good. I've been waiting for the rain. The dogs are happy because I was avoiding the rain. So I went for a walk with them, I think 3 times already today, thinking that in the end of the day it would rain and then I would not be able to walk with them. But so far, don't think it will rain. Weather prediction in Luxembourg. How do I think it works? I think the Google guy there goes to the window, looks outside and says, it seems that it will rain. And then he writes down. I really think it's like that. It cannot be that there's something more precise. Thank you, Gabi. Is from Brazil. But it's really old actually. I really have that for I think 10 years, but I almost never wear it. But this live thing is good because I'm finding out clothes in my wardrobe that I didn't wear for a long time. Everyone is having audio problems or is just half a... Hello, Diego. How are you? I thought about you yesterday. Yeah, I made Danetti by accident. Totally by accident. So I need to recreate it to be able to post the recipe. Hello, Nadia. How are you? We wait 3 more minutes and then we start with the recipe. Today is a really yummy one. I wish I would have that for dinner. But the truth is, Matty called me that he's coming to pick me up for something later. So I don't think I will eat it. Hello, Nicole. How are you? Hello, Mom. How is everything in Rio? Yeah, I have no idea what it is. And lately it's so much like that because he's not, he never knows when he's have a night off. So he calls me just a few hours in advance and that's a bit, I'm not a surprise person. I like to have the plan. Hello, Takajibo. Yes, I really made it by accident. I was trying to make a chocolate oat milk because I bought one in the supermarket and Matty was addicted to it. But of course, I prefer to make everything at home. So I was trying to make it and in the end, it was really a Danetti. Hello, Emily's Everyday Life. How are you? So 1 more minute and then we start with our recipe. Have you ever tasted black bean soup? I think Brazilians did. Because it's something that in Brazil I think it's quite normal, no? But normally not this kind of soup, but the one with pasta inside, I think, no? I didn't have much black bean soup growing up, but I know it's something that Brazilians eat. Hello, Lia Araújo. Mexican, yes. I didn't ask what did you had for lunch because I already got in advance the answer for some people. But well, I will ask. Hello, Natalie. How are you? But I will ask then. What did you had for lunch? I know already for Bex. Hello, Agnieszka. How are you? But I cannot avoid this question. It's just I love to have the answers. Sometimes I have to say that I get inspired by it. The next day I have something in the same direction. What about sharing this accidental recipe with your friends? Yes, that's what I said. You know, I will recreate it to see if it ends up having the same result, and then I will share the recipe. Because as it was by accident, I have to test to see what I did there that made it thicker and pudding-like. Oh, your teeth are hurting so bad. Oh God, I know this pain is the worst pain in the world. It's horrible. I hope you find the dentist already and you have everything sorted out. Because really, no one deserves tooth pain. Stuffed peppers from Glow. Oh, that's good. Sounds delicious. So, 36. Let's start. My dogs got scared with my little clap here. Pasta with broccoli. Delicious. Really delicious. I've been trying out homemade pasta for filling, you know. I have some tests here. Hello, PV99007. Hello, Tifo. So let's start with the recipe. I have to unplug here. Plugging the okay. Hello, Alessandra Sofia. How are you? So, I know there's no pan. Transferring my pan here. I warm it up already for us to gain some time. Let me see. Do you see it? Good. Let me put it a little bit up. Yes, I think it will be better like this. So, like every recipe, where do we start? Onions. Well, in my recipes at least. We will start with the onions and then I will transfer you there to show the next steps. So here I have some just chopped onions, and first thing that I do is to fry these onions. Can you hear? It's perfect oil temperature. Yes, I'm good. With a pinch of salt, as I always tell you, it's great so the onions sweat. Then we cover the pan and this will sweat for a while. Then I transfer you here. And I will just chop some garlic and peppers because we want that. We want some spicy touch in our soup. Black bean soup is just the easiest and it's a great option for when you have leftovers black beans. I know that here probably people don't have that much leftovers black beans because people don't eat black beans that much. But for Brazilians watching, I'm sure you have leftovers black beans every time, no? I think when people ask me what is the national dish from Brazil, for me it's really hard to answer because we have that many different ones depending on the region that you are. But ingredient, I think manioc and black beans is what makes me think most about home, Brazil home. So just a slicing here, some garlic. I have 2 big garlic cloves here. And for me, it's already enough, but hello, Team Ella Premier, and how are you? For me, it's enough, but of course, if you like more garlic, go for more garlic. Got my Instant Pot and will cook black beans tonight. Oh, you got the electric Instant Pot. Tell me what you think after. It's new. It's amazing. It's one of my best things that I bought. Raw manioc. You eat raw manioc? I'm astonished now. I never ate raw manioc. I even thought you were not allowed to eat raw manioc, but if you tell me, I believe. Oh no, I don't transfer you yet. Then now I will just chop 1 chili here, 1 big chili. And you can use the small ones, but I find that these ones add. You eat raw manioc with what? Tell me, is it typical in Cape Verde? Now I'm really intrigued. In Brazil we eat it mostly fried, Or in stews, in kind of stews, my mom always make a chicken with a manioc inside and then the manioc gets really soft. But raw, never. And my favorite way is pre-cooked, then glaze it with a drizzle of olive oil and some crumble herb on top. It's just amazing. We would have from my grandma had a cook in her house that would make that, and after she left, I never ate that again. But it was just the best manioc in my life. Hello, I travel. You travel. People, if you want tips from Madrid or traveling for future travelings, because why not, you know, probably soon. I travel, we travel. I recommend. Okay, here my onions are already sweating. I saw for people to do it before cook, then eat some raw. Okay. I never had it raw, and I really thought that you could not. I thought it was like beans, you know, that makes you sick when you eat raw. So now I will add my garlic and chili here, and this is a big chili, not so spiced. You have some African-inspired dishes like acarajé, but I agree that manioca is the main ingredient used in the whole country and based in our indigenous. Yes, acarajé, I love it. I made bobo, I think, already with people. Did I make bobo? I don't know if I made a bobo already in the life, but I had it in my delivery menu. That's for sure. And it's for sure one of my favorites. The food from the north, the African origin food, that is a mix between Africa and Brazilian food. It's quite Brazilian food. Brazilian is a mix of everything. But yeah, it's African influences. It's really yummy, really delicious. But the base is manioc, right? Hello, Julia Petty. How are you? Oh yeah, I just put it here some bay leaves. 2 bay leaves, optional, non-mandatory, but I like bay leaves in my black beans. And the black beans are already cooked because, as I said, this is a great way to use your leftover black beans. Hello, it's Sandy. So the beans are already cooked here. And you can use canned ones also, no problem at all. 1 big can, 2 small ones for this recipe. It gives you a good amount of soup, I have to say. Not so big. No. I'm exaggerating a little bit. Other thing that I already chopped here is some red bell peppers. And I just chopped in advance, just to make our life a little bit easier. Hello, Anna. And I will add this to our soup base because it adds a touch of sweetness to it. It's quite nice. Louro, yes, louro. And then sometimes I like to add some cumin, and sometimes I don't add it. Today I will add some cumin. Then this is the moment where I add cumin, because I like to fry the cumin so I don't have the earthiness of it. You know, it gets more round in my recipe. So add ½ teaspoon of cumin. I like to add it because it adds more heartiness, and also it's a kind of a Mexican memory, you know, like there's Latin memories that a lot of cumin in the food. I forgot something here, so let me, yes. Some paprika, dried paprika also. What do you love it? Louro, bay leaf or cumin? So now it's time to add my paprika here, my bell pepper. Paprika, bell pepper, capsicum. Too many names in English for this. Too many names. Another pinch of salt. You know how obsessed that I am to add a pinch of salt every time. And then we'll add tomato also, not too much, but tomatoes will bring a little bit of acidity to our recipe, and that is really important. Also some kind of acidity sweetness. So here now use some pelati, but you can use fresh tomatoes. I had this one open, as you can see, so finish with that. But at this point of the year, it's true we can have fresh tomatoes tasting good, tasting really good. I only ever use capsicums my whole life until I moved to Luxembourg. Yes, I know it. In Australia is also capsicum, right? I remember an Australian friend of mine talking about capsicum, and I was really intrigued by this exotic vegetable, and then I learned that it was the red bell pepper, paprika, I don't know, many names for it. Sometimes it's complicated to catch up. Like courgette, courgette for me is also another word that speaking English for me is impossible, because every time I say, how do I say it in English? Courgette or courgette. I cannot understand why, make it zucchini everywhere. Yeah, first time I heard it, I didn't understand either. So now here just let it cook for a while, and then I will set to the side before I add my other ingredients. Let me just push it here, and we will attack the cornbread. So I need a scale here, because now I'm transforming all my recipes into grams, so no one complains after that cups is too complicated. It's too hard to speak so many languages. Oh, let's ask a Luxembourgish about it. Now for me it's okay, but in the beginning I remember that I was working in the service, and it was really complicated, because in one day I would speak like 3-4 languages, and I'm like, oh God, what is going on here? Hello FCCMP6, how are you? So now, starting here, I have chickpea flour. Yes, chickpea flour. Ah, it's your mom. Hello. I have chickpea flour, and yes, it's a cornbread, but I'm using chickpea flour. And you can use also wheat flour if you don't want to make it gluten-free. I like to use chickpea flour. I think it fits really well with the corn taste. And it makes it a little bit, it makes it more protein content higher, so I like. What's wrong with cups? People don't like it, because in Europe no one uses cups, so I have the cup measurements in my mindset already, so I make a lot of recipes using cups, and I always get complaints that it's too complicated, so now I'm transforming everything into grams. Yes. But it depends, right? In America, it's every time cups. And yeah, in Brazil also we use a lot of cups. Better saying, you don't use cups, we use glasses, which is even more nonsense. So now, same measurement that I use for the corn flour, for the chickpea flour, I add Maseca, that is a kind of a corn flour. But you don't need to use Maseca. You can use the corn flour that you have, no matter which one. It will work fine. The only thing that I don't recommend is to use polenta. But any other corn flour, cornmeal, more thin, great. So here I have already this. I need also a tablespoon of cornstarch. That's what Google is for. People can convert to grams. Yes, but I always get this complaint, so I decided that I will do it now. Recipes in grams like this, everyone is happy. I just used 1 tablespoon of flax seeds here in my mix, and I will set that aside quickly for us to check here on the soup. because I can hear it. Now it's the time where I'll add, so I read now that there are two types of manioc. One that, yes, manioca brava, I don't even know how to translate it, because if I translate it's called angry manioc. You should not eat it. It's a kind of a manioc that is just used to make a kind of a sauce. And I think polvilho azedo also, but I'm not sure. But the sauce for sure. The sauce, now we forgot the name. Diego, help me. What is the sauce from the manioc brava? Forgot the name. Just escaped from my mind. Tucupi? No, tucupi is another thing. Anyway, it's a sauce, a fermented sauce that you can make it from the angry manioc, but you cannot eat it. I just added some paprika powder. And now, tucupi. And now adding my black beans to the soup here. To the pan, right? Mixing well here. Another pinch of salt, of course. Yes, in Brazil everything is about the manioc. So, but the angry manioc, you cannot even eat it if it's cooked. You cannot. You die from it. It has cyaneto. I'm losing the words here. They are too complicated already. It's not a vocabulary that I use too often. So now cover it, and we will let it simmer here for a while. And we come back for our cornbread. So what did I add here? I added flax seeds, the cornstarch, the cornflour, and the chickpea flour. That's my mix of flours. Anyone has any questions so far? Let me know. Then now I add half a teaspoon of salt, because this is a salt bread. Some people like to add some sugar on the bread. It's kind of a cake, a savory cake, but well, people call it cornbread. Some people like to add it sugar. I honestly don't think it's needed. The corn flour already have a sweet taste, and especially if you use this one here, you will see that it has a kind of sweetness. I like to use Maseca because it remembers me a little bit of the taco taste. Because it's a Mexican flour, so it has the fermentation taste. Really like it, but you can use with other corn flours also. So now we just have to mix it in, the plant milk, and the oil. I knew I was forgetting something. The oil, and of course I will use olive oil. What else could I use, right? It's me. So olive oil done. Then the plant milk here. And then I go slow on it. Where did you get that? The Maseca. The Maseca, I have to ask actually Matty, because he brought me from Coption. I was going to buy it online, and then he had it in Coption. So I guess Provençal has it. Provençal has it. But I will confirm with him it was there that he got it. But anyway, online you can get it. Amazon DE, you can get it, because at the moment where he brought me, I was going to buy online. And you can get, do you know, pa is the Venezuelan one. Is not like the tortilla one. It has a different taste, but it's also really, really good for this recipe and for arepas. Do you know arepas? Arepas is one of my favorite foods. Do you know arepas? Then that pa one, you can find it in the Asian shops, the Venezuelan ones. And I add slowly here because I will post you the full recipe, but the truth is that according to the brand and the type of corn flour that you use, it absorbs less or more the liquids. So you need to go slow and just observe a little bit the texture. I will show you exactly how it should look. You would not make a mistake on this one because it looks right or it looks wrong, really, you know? It's really like a cake batter. starts to look right here, just add a tiny bit more. I know arepas. Would you do them one day? Yes, I've been. Now that I started talking about arepas, I said, how come that I never did arepas in one life? I love arepas. Is a Venezuelan slash Colombian, because I think they dispute the origin of the dish, but it's kind of a thick tortilla where they fill it up with amazing fillings. My favorite that I ate it when I was eating meat was chicken with avocado, a mix of everything. So I could really make a vegan version of that. Okay, just a tiny bit more here. Okay, now we have it. So I'll just show you here. You see, it looks really like a cake batter. Can you see it? That's how it should look when you make it. Then you adjust the liquid, and I added plant milk on it, but you can also add just water. Just plant milk adds more taste to the recipe, and adds also a touch of sweetness also that rounds everything up. So you go slow, because depending on the corn flour that you have, it will absorb more or less liquid. If you think that it's too dry still, you can add a little bit more. You can also add just a little bit more water to compensate, to balance it out. We want really that it looks like a cake batter like this. And if you use wheat flour also, you will have to balance, because it will demand a different quantity of liquid. So let me check here if we have everything. No, I forgot the baking powder, because this needs to grow a little bit. So we will add baking powder here. There you go. And then every time that I add baking powder, what do I add? Well, every time that I cook, what do I cook with? A lemon. You can add just a vinegar, of course you can, but in this case, a lime will fit perfect in the, maybe with jackfruit, exactly, with jackfruit or mushrooms, just amazing. You add a tiny bit of acidity that will help the, to react, to make the reaction, and it will grow fluffier. I'm having trouble to speak today. Then I will use now this, like a big oven-proof plate, I don't know. But you can make it in a cake pan, a rectangular cake pan also. You will see the magic. I've actually already made one, because, okay, here. Then you just need to oil it so it doesn't stick. So olive oil all around. And then if you like higher, I don't advise you to make more than 3 fingers high in the pan. Sometimes people like a really high cake. If you're making the gluten-free version with chickpea flour like I make, I advise you 2 to 3 max fingers, because otherwise it will make like a dense part on the bottom. It doesn't cook properly. So here, cornbread is almost ready to go to the oven. All I need to do now is to sprinkle. Wow, and that is optional, by the way. But the traditional cornbread is just like this. And then you goes to the oven, and after you cut it, and you have it at the side. I'm making here a mix of a cornbread and something that we call sopa paraguaya. That is Paraguayan soup. Yes, Paraguayans, they call soup something solid. Don't really ask me why. This is a big mystery in my life, but they have a typical dish that is like a cornbread, but with more vegetables on the top, and they call it Paraguayan soup. So Then they add normally corn and onions, and here I just grilled some frozen corns with some onions, you see? Just simple like this, nothing, no mystery. I just added a lot of corn. I like to have the different, hello, oh, virou YouTube, oh, we have to do what we can, huh? So, then I just added corn and onions grilled here, and I like to add also some red raw onions on the top. That adds a more raw, punchy taste. And a beautiful color also. Hello, Renata. Then now what I will do here, let me transfer you here, then you have a better view of what I'm doing. I will just slice here 1 green chili. And this is optional, but again, it adds a nice taste to our bread or cornbread. Okay. Then I will just add around, and basically it's ready to go to the oven. Add more chilies if you want. I'll say, I know. Yes, here there's always food. So now oven time, 180 degrees, but of course that I'm doing magic lately, so I pre-baked one here. You see I have one already, that I just have to, yes, take it out of the mold here. But before, let's check our soup here. I exchanged food for a haircut. Is it a good deal? So now our soup here is almost ready. And then I like to leave it a little bit creamy, but also have some bean texture. So what I like to do is to take a little bit of the soup out. I rescue some beans here. And the rest I will blend to make it a cream thing. Of course, I also rescue the bay leaves, because if you blend bay leaves, it's too powerful. It's not so pleasant. So now this time I will use this blender here because it's easier and I don't need that it's perfect smooth. It's quite warm, the pan. I agree. Next time you come to Brazil, cut your hair and you cook for us. No, Diego. I think this was for JC as Escaranto, because I don't know if I trust my hair to you. Are you do you cut hair good? Is it one of your talents? So now I have a creamy soup here. I'll add back my beans. Then I will just see if it has the texture that I want. Otherwise, I just blend it a little bit more. Done. Not too long, otherwise I will lose my grains, my beanie grains that... No? Did you try it, Gabby? Did you give it your heart to him during this quarantine? now is the time where I taste this soup to see what is missing, because it's always missing something. You made it often without limiting the recipients. Now we have a good deal. I think, yeah, I'm really afraid. First time that I would say even that it doesn't need anything. Of course, that I will add some Tabasco. You can add the chili sauce that you have it at home, just to add a little bit more spiciness. I like it a lot. But besides that, it's perfect. Some lemon juice, lime juice, just because, you know, it's me. Hello, Dad. Hello, Dylan. Is it Dylan? I think it's Dylan. Is it you, Dylan? Perfect. Doesn't need anything more. Now, yes, I thought so. How are you, Dylan? How are you dealing there? How is everything there? Are you in New York still, right? Yes, it's really good. Now, I'll just chop some fresh herbs here. Put that in the trash. And here, what do I have? I have coriander and parsley, my favorites. It's not true. I always say that things are my favorites when it's not true. Well, I like it, but it's always my favorite, the one I'm using. Although coriander, I'm really crazy about it. Hello, Betty Lee, 87. Really good. I'm actually living in... Oh, are you living in Paris right now? You're back in Paris. Sure, you should come. Now you can. Oh, I didn't know that you were in Paris back. So good to hear that. So, fresh herbs here. Then now we have now to pray, really pray for this. I don't think it's a green one inside, but let's see. I don't think so at all. I touch it and I know that it should not be. I knew it was a disaster. I hate when that happens, but well, it happens. That makes me... That is a bad day. A brown avocado, it's not a good sign. Cut a second one. Now it's good. The worst thing is the brown avocados. Okay, let me take it. They're not even rotten, but just not nice. They don't taste the best. Now, just slice here. Sorry guys, I cannot read if there is any message because now is the concentration moment, because I really want this to look pretty. Oh yeah, no, I didn't miss anything. Matty is good. Matty is good. Before he was always participating in the lives, but now he's back to the restaurant. But he should come, really come. And we will probably also go to Paris eventually, once things calm down a little bit more. I wanted already to go next week, but I don't think it was a good idea. Just setting my avocado here on the side. And then I bring here my cornbread. Cutting the sides because we want this to look pretty. Yes. Do not need. This you really should try. Well, the black bean soup also, but I know this one, I know that is an easy one, fast, no mystery ingredients, everyone can try. But this one is really worth it to get a corn flour to do it. It's really yummy. So you see, I like to make it thin like this. If you make a non-gluten-free version, you can make it higher. Well, actually this one, you can make it double the size. But yeah, you can do a little bit higher, but I don't recommend to do a really high bread. And this is quite nice to eat it with the soup also, like this. I still a piece already. Let's see, I need another lemon. It's really yummy, this bread. It's a cake. I don't know, banana bread, corn bread, but it's not bread, it's cake. It's a cake. It's a savory cake. No, just adding some soup here. What would you like to see next? Let me know for Sunday. I know I will do still your challenge, Diego. I will do. It's just not this Sunday. Hello, Andre Mayoni. How are you? So now the herbs. Then a drizzle of olive oil. Because it rounds up everything, it's really just so good. Then I took here half of the avocado, and then after it's sliced, I just press it with my hands gently, try to open up the petals maximum that I can without breaking. Not always is possible, I just broke one here. So yeah. Yes, just broke one. Then on the okay, I just hide it. A full marriage cake in 1 hour. Okay, Diego, okay, your challenges, they are going a little bit crazy now. Some more lemon. And there you have it, the black bean soup. It's one of these recipes, I'm talking without looking. It's one of these recipes that is just so easy, but just so delicious, you cannot even believe that it's that easy to make. So here we have in a messy kitchen. Let me open some space here so I don't look so messy. Pretend that I'm organized. Hello, Jilshen. There you go. And here we have black bean soup and cornbread, because I really advise you to eat it together. And how do I like to do that? Sometimes I like to toast my cornbread, sometimes. But what I really like to do Okay, it doesn't have a... I really like, in Portuguese, I think the expression now is chuchar. So, chuchar. It's really yummy. Of course, I would not say anything different, but it is really yummy. That's a good one. It's a good one, but it's also a challenging one. But it's a good one, I have to say. I like that one. Classical French veganized food. That's always a good idea, to show the French that it's possible. It is possible to eat more vegetables. So people, I hope you enjoyed this live, and I hope to see you on Sunday. I know that if it's raining, it's easy to ask that. If it's sunny, not so sure, but then you should profit really the day. But we will do something cool on Sunday. I just have to break a little bit in my head to find an easy, delicious recipe for Sunday. Also, if people would prefer savory or sweet, never know. Thank you for the little hearts. Thank you for being here with me. It's always really, really nice. Oh, arancini, you mean the risotto balls. That I like a lot. Love that. It's a really delicious idea. I make balls with everything leftovers. Hi, Barbara. I didn't see you before, did I? Didn't see you before. Sorry. I also prefer savory, but I think I have the impression sometimes people like the sweet ones. Natalie, please go to the dentist. I'm worried about your teeth now. Thank you, people. Thank you for participating. It's always really nice. I hope you liked this one. Yeah, let's see if it will be fun, or if you're going to take me... I don't know. I already had some weird dates with Matty. One day I will tell you all about this. But thank you a lot, people, and I see you on Sunday then. Bye-bye.